Welcome back to Inside South Florida. Whether you're single or in a relationship, holiday dating can be tricky. Well, not anymore. Here's April Davis, the founder of Cupid's Cronies, with some excellent holiday dating advice. April is joining us, and love is in the air. Feel it all around you. How you doing, April?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me today.
All right, so it's holiday season, and whether you're dating or single or whatever, we've got some advice for everybody. You're the expert.
Right.
And before we get to that, tell us about your company, Cupid's Cronies.
Cupid's Cronies is an upscale matchmaking firm. We also do date coaching as well as helping people to go out into social environments and meet people. So kind of the wingman, wingwoman type of service.
Yeah.
But predominantly we work with people who are looking for a long-term committed relationship.
So you mentioned the wingman, wingwoman. Do you find that most people, whether or not they're successful or whatever, have difficulty doing something as simple as just dating and just talking to someone they're on a date with?
Well, it can be really difficult to meet someone and say during the day and be able to walk up to them without even knowing them, a perfect stranger. That can be quite challenging. So we work with people to overcome that approach anxiety and also know what to say when and pick up on the nonverbal type cues
Sure.
as well as verbal,
Yeah.
and have a good conversation, because a lot of it comes down to just having conversation skills.
Well, we could literally talk about this for hours. I mean, it's such a fascinating, intriguing topic. But we're going to narrow it down to holiday season.
Right.
And we've got some do's and don'ts, and these are applicable if you're single, if you're in a relationship, or whatever. So I'll just hit you with your do's and don'ts, and you can expand upon
Right.
them. Okay?
Well, the holidays can be a great time for singles looking to meet someone, but it's also a very confusing time for people that are, say, at the beginning stages of a relationship and not quite sure what to do. So yes, we put together these holiday dating do's and don'ts to help people navigate.
I love the first one. Do wear red.
Right. Take advantage of the holiday seasonal colors and wear red. Red will not only put the spotlight on you when you're out and about, running around, chatting it up with other people at the holiday parties, but you'll feel more confident. And this goes for men as well as women.
Yeah, okay, I'm glad you said that, because I think maybe I have one red shirt in my entire collection. Like, I feel like guys don't often wear red.
No, you're right, and it's a great way to put a little more attention on yourself.
Right. Yeah, and then just like throw some mistletoe too around it.
There you go, or just walk around
just,
with it.
Hey, how
Hi.
you doing? Yeah. All right, so do wear red. Don't buy elaborate gifts.
Right. Don't go over the top and buy ridiculously elaborate or expensive gifts for the person that you just started dating. I mean, you may think that you're being sweet or thoughtful by putting together maybe a CD of all the songs that you've listened to while you're together, but this can be seen as a little bit obsessive. And at the same time, going out and buying an expensive, say, watch for them might get a great reaction, and I'm sure they'll appreciate it. But imagine the embarrassment you're both going to feel when they hand you a gift card for a spa for like $50.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
So it's better just to keep it middle of the road and keep it simple.
That's so interesting. When do you know when it's time to step it up for elaborate gifts? Like, how long are you together before you buy something fancy?
I think you know when it's serious and both of you are talking about being together in the future. You're spending the holidays together. You're talking about your family maybe, and it's more clear about the future.
Yeah. Well, it actually sort of feeds right into the next one, which is do go to holiday parties.
Right.
Which is interesting because holiday parties are sort of notorious for bad decisions.
They
I feel
can
like,
be.
right?
Yes. Well, especially I've heard some horror stories at work holiday parties.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Oh,
right.
yeah.
But if you're single, take advantage of all the holiday parties going on and get out there and try to meet someone. But at the same time, if you are dating someone in, say, the beginning stages of that relationship, don't force them to go to your work get-together or your work holiday parties or your family get-togethers, because these are just awkward. Mm-hmm. And people a lot of times will just go because they feel obligated to. But if you do bring them, make sure you don't leave their side, because we've all been there where you don't know anyone, you're just feeling super awkward, and you have to fend for yourself, and that's not fun.
And the thing about bringing someone you're dating to your work party is that you are now, when you go to work the next day, you're just going to be hearing about it, right?
Right.
Like, you've now
Right.
brought your person to your work family.
And they're going to be asking you about them for months
All
going
the
forward.
time.
Right.
Yeah.
And what if it doesn't work out?
Right.
So it's probably best to keep that separate until you know that you're very serious with this person.
Yeah, keep that person sort of hidden until you're like married for 2 years. And, then you maybe can bring them
Well,
up.
at least it's serious. At least engaged, okay?
Exactly.
There you go.
Well, this isn't really one of those, but it kind of feeds off of that. I'd like to get your take on that. So what about bringing them to family stuff? All right, so we've said don't necessarily bring them to holiday parties, and if you do, don't sort of leave their side, but can you bring them to your family Christmas dinner?
Well, I think the same goes for family as with work functions, because you want to make sure that that person is going to be around. And if you're taking the steps to introduce them to your family, they're getting to know that person, and they're probably making some kind of connection with them. And you don't want to introduce either of them to each other until you know that it's serious.
I mean, I remember, just as a personal aside, going to a Christmas dinner years ago with a girl I was dating, and I knew that we were going to break up shortly after Christmas, and it was so uncomfortable. It was like, nice to meet you, I'm never going to see you again, and you're going to hate me in a week. It was so bad.
Right. Yeah, try to avoid that.
Yeah, try to avoid family humiliation. And then the fifth one here is don't play hubby/wifey.
Right, and what I mean by that is don't try to get the other person that you just started dating to do those family portraits or the holiday gift card or the holiday cards and everything, unless you know, like, say you're either engaged or you are married. You save it until then. I've had people send me their Christmas photos or Christmas cards, and I swear there's a different guy every single year, and that's just awkward for everybody because they're like, who's this person?
Right. Yeah.
So don't try to play the hubby or wifey type role too early.
I feel like sort of the overall feeling here is like don't press the gas too hard, right?
You will smother the person if you try to move forward faster than is appropriate.
But I think it's hard because I think that during the holidays people sort of feel like more love, you know what I mean? And they just wanna have that person. Mm-hmm. So you're kind of fighting yourself.
Well, I would be careful not to confuse what is real and what is, the exterior things trying to push you to maybe, fulfill this idea of love, with Christmas and New Year's and Valentine's Day. You want to make sure that this is the right person that you should be doing these activities with.
Sure, not just because it's that time of
year.
Right,
exactly.
Yeah. We have a couple minutes left. I'm just wondering if you have any sort of overall general dating advice that maybe not necessarily holiday related.
Well, I mean, I always say get a life. Get your own life. Have your own hobbies, have your own things that you like to do, and really just build up yourself, because not only will that make you be more confident, but that's attractive to other people as well. So if you're more of a well-rounded person, know a lot about a lot of different things, and maybe know how to do different things, and it just makes you more interesting and can have a better conversation when you are out at dinner.
Yeah, because there's nothing sort of sexy about somebody just always wanting to spend every second with you and not having their own stuff. So Cupid's Cronies, if people want to get more info, they want to contact you, how do they do it?
They can go to cupidscronies.com. It's Cupids, CRONIES.com, or call us at 1-855-62-CUPID.
Okay, good to see you. Happy holidays.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me.
That's my pleasure. And we'll see you again soon.
Thanks.
You got it.